Hi, we are back with Sarah Skillrud from Sarah Styles Collective, one of our fabulous partners of the podcast. Sarah Styles Collective helps you get dressed, whether it's a special occasion, maybe it's a complete closet change, maybe you're just looking for some help with the trends. You got to follow Sarah at Sarah Styles Collective. And today, she's going to help us get that right denim home.
You got it. I've always said that denim is one of the easiest ways to move yourself into the next season. So what are we saying for spring 2026? A couple of returning favorites.
Okay.
So let's talk about the barrel. That's what I have on. Little high-waisted. I love, this is kind of my belly button right here. So I love that you get that high-waisted, nice comfort fit. But the barrel is all about just sort of jetting out like a barrel around the thigh and coming back in, not in a tapered fashion, but just in a nice sort of skinny way down around the ankle. This invites a cute sneaker. It invites a ballet flat, maybe even a loafer, because you can do this in a preppy moment.
It's so cute.
Okay, Erin we have in the slim straight. And y'all, these are Levi's, right? So we love Levi's. We've loved them forever. Slim straight, high-waisted, nice and slim. But unlike your skinny that truly tapers like a legging, this is going to stay a little bit more relaxed around the ankle. It invites a heel, it invites a cute boot, and it still invites a sneaker and a loafer. So I really like those for versatility.
We also have wide leg that you're going to see on Becky. Let me pass my mic. And what I'm noticing is
hello.
all silhouettes are going this season.
Absolutely. So then we have Becky in the high-waisted, wider leg. I love these for a dressy moment. I love them with an all denim look like she's doing. These have a lot of gorgeous stretch in them. And then notice the way that it just flares. We're not flare, right? We're not doing a true boot cut, just a nice, easy fit around the entire silhouette of the leg.
For any boot, any sneaker.
You got it.
For all of your denim needs, all of your styling needs, go to sarahstylescollective.com.
Ain't no party like a Connley party, cause a Connley party don't stop. Go Connley, Skip Connley, go Connley, Skip Connley. Welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. Guess who our guest is today? You're never going to guess it.
We're the luckiest girls in the world.
Skip Connley. He is a home shopping icon.
Yes.
A brilliant background before he even got into home shopping and a big entrepreneur. So we're going to catch up with him. A lot of you haven't heard from him in many, many years. And if you didn't know who Skip was because you weren't following home shopping, don't worry. It's still a great conversation.
No, charming, handsome. I mean,
and that is
got all
the
the
song
things
I used to sing to him. And I forgot to bring that up during our interview. I used to sing that song back in the day when we were on the network. And if, let's say I was finishing a show and he was coming up, we would do like a little toss to each other.
Yeah.
And I would sing that song to him.
Go Connley, Skip Connley.
And part of it is he is a good time guy, but also he would never probably rap on air. But I felt like I should
Well, and the thing is,
make a rap song about him.
the two of you together, we were just talking about this. He is like steady Eddie, unflappable. And then in
Same.
comes, did he liken you to a tornado? I likened you to a hurricane, and he likened
Here I
you.
am.
Rock you like a hurricane.
What I'm hearing you say is fun. What I'm hearing you say is fun. So anyway, we're going to catch up with Skip Connley. He's got a lot to tell you about. It's a really fun catch up. So stay tuned for that. But first, we've got to catch up on everything happening in the world.
Headlines and hearsay.
Now, Becky and I are worried about ourselves because whenever we say something, I feel like it happens or it comes true. So last week, for the first time ever, we mentioned Ballerina Farm that was pregnant with her ninth. She went ahead and had the baby
Early.
because we were talking about it.
We're willing things.
Well, she said she only had it like a day or two early.
Okay.
But she does have 9 children. And I did see it on social media. And people are really like not nice. So be nice about it. If she wants to have 9 kids, she can. Now, granted, I have a hard time just keeping 2 happy and healthy, as we discussed last week.
Yeah.
But people are like, I can't believe you're having another kid. What's your problem? Are you blink twice if you need help? Like, I think she just likes having kids.
As if she's not choosing this for her own life.
Totally. So everyone be nice. But this was the weird thing.
What?
She has, it was a girl. So she has 3 boys and then 6 girls.
Wow.
Okay. And so after you had some questions about her, I dove a little further in, not much, but a little. It appears the oldest is maybe like 13 or 14.
Oh, so
not
a real helper yet.
Well, 2 of the girls have a birthday on the same day, 2 years apart.
Oh.
And then this new baby girl who was just born, nameless as of the time we were recording this, or actually I haven't checked in a few days, so who knows. Mm-hmm. That baby was born the day before the other 2 girls share a birthday. So they have 3 girls that have a birthday within 2 days of each other.
So they are on a regimented schedule.
And I just want to let you know that they posted a video. She gave birth at home.
In the tub?
At home. In the tub and in her marital bed. And the next morning they hosted a birthday party for those 2 little girls.
What?
Again, I say this with love in my heart. How?
But think about it, how it changed. Because when our parents and their parents had babies, you would stay in the hospital for like a week.
Yeah.
When we did it, it was like, you good?
Yeah.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
She gave birth to her 9th child at home.
And hung streamers.
12 hours later had a birthday party for 2 toddlers.
Blew helium balloons up.
What am I doing wrong? Where did I go wrong, Rebecca?
I just think it's a different lifestyle. I mean, that's what it is she's just living. It makes sense in their world. It doesn't make sense in our world.
Am I a loser? Because
No.
Can you imagine giving birth to a child in your bed with Phil?
No. Is there a helper? Is there a midwifery?
I
Midwife?
didn't ask any of that.
Speaking of which, I'm reading a book called Frozen River about midwives.
Blue River.
No, Frozen River. Did I say Blue River?
No, but that's what popped into my
Blue
head.
Velvet?
Yeah.
This is how our brains work.
What's Frozen River about?
It's good. It's like 1700s. It's just fiction.
Now,
It's
most
good.
rivers don't freeze.
Is that right?
Well, they move.
Oh, that's right. Because that's right. You've taught us
And
that.
the reason I know this is I grew up on a confluence. And for those of you who don't know
I
what a
love a
confluence
confluence.
is, it's where 2 rivers meet. So I grew up where the St. Croix River in Wisconsin meets the Mississippi River, right at the north end of the Mississippi River. They meet, and that's where my little town was. Now, the Mississippi never froze because it moved so quickly.
The old Mississippi.
Yep, old Mississippi. And it always appeared to be dirty, but it really wasn't. It was just picking up a lot of dirt because it moved so quickly.
Yeah, it's so active.
Yes. Now, the St. Croix River in spots would completely freeze.
Because it was just still water.
Yeah. But remember, I told you those stories a few episodes back where people would go out there too late and then fall through the ice.
I know.
You guys, I got to make a confession.
What?
Remember, I didn't want to look at my phone anymore because I thought it would be dismissive.
Well,
I
you have
forgot
to.
to write in my journal today.
So she's hiding it.
I just have my phone folded into my journal.
I'm reading a fascinating book here.
Yes. Oh,
I told you
let me
Father
see.
Phil got a ticket for whipping shitties on Lake Minnetonka.
Yes.
What do you guys call it? Donuts.
Donuts. Yeah. I don't know who. Wait, does Minnesota call it
That's what we call
shitties?
it.
Okay.
Is that what you guys call it?
Donuts? I can't
But who
remember.
knew that was illegal, by the way?
I just don't think it's safe. So I think I'm happy when a patrol officer says, hey, yo, sir, it's not safe to slam on your brakes and whip your wheel as far to the left as you can and spin out on frozen ice.
But a bunch of 60-year-old guys who've done it a million times.
this was recently.
Oh, it was like 2 weeks ago. It was.
Wow. Becky quits drinking, so
We have to have some excitement.
Phil goes out onto the lake and whips shitties.
to keep it spicy.
God forbid, get bored.
Are we, we are way off on our.
Am I leaning too far?
No, I feel like are we normally centered there?
Visually, we might not be appealing today. Sorry.
We've got a busy day today.
We've got a busy day, you guys. We're packing a lot in on this recording day.
She's reading a very interesting book.
It's my phone. Next thing we have to talk about. So we talked about Love Story last week. Okay, so JFK and
taken over the internet,
Kennedy.
too.
There's a love story that Ryan Murphy produced, and a lot of people are coming out now. It is about their lives, but of course it's Ryan Murphy producing it. So
Dramatized.
It's not necessarily, it's not a documentary.
That's right.
So Jack Schlossberg,
Yeah.
who is, am I saying that last name right?
Schlossberg, but it's tough.
Yeah. He is JFK's sister, Carolyn. It is her son. And you'll know recently they lost, I think, or she's very sick. The daughter's very sick. I can't remember if but anyway, she's sick.
And Jack, I think, is wild. Right.
Jack Schlossberg?
Oh, yeah.
He is?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that, but he didn't like the way that Ryan Murphy was portraying the Kennedys and JFK Jr., which would be his uncle, in Love Story.
Oh, interesting.
That makes sense. He's a Kennedy. He's from a big political family.
Yeah.
And, they're one of the closest things we have to royals here. But now Daryl Hannah has come out. The
Weighing
actual
in.
Daryl Hannah. So if you've watched the show, and I won't spoil it with anything, but they do portray her in a poor light. They make her look very annoying,
Kinda
in my
stalkery,
opinion.
right?
Kind of stalkery, a little dense, like not picking up on cues.
And she has Asperger's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She has come out very publicly and said she has Asperger's. So
didn't know
this is how she is.
Well, they also portray her having a big cocaine party one night. And
It was the 80s, though. Come on.
so she came out and it was I thought a very thoughtful statement. Of course, I didn't record it or write it down for anybody, but it was along the lines of like, hey, I've been in the public eye for long enough. I know what it's like to be scrutinized. But there comes a time where I have to say, like, I wasn't a stalker. I wasn't stalking the Kennedy family. I have never hosted and or partook in a cocaine party. And like, I can see where she's offended by that.
And you have to, who's going to defend you if you can't do, I mean, they say never complain, never explain, but.
Who? Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. That's our they, guys. That's who we hang
the
with.
firm says to do that.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, if you feel maligned and no one else is going to straighten it out.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. I like how she handled it.
Well, Becky has a very strong justice button. She wants everything to be very just.
Yeah.
And there is this line where it's kind of like, oh, who cares? Let them think what they want to. But I also think because so many people have fallen in love with this miniseries and because JFK and Carolyn Bessette were such a mystery to so many of us that I think younger generations who didn't grow up with them.
That's right.
Just take this as
and you know what's interesting?
Word of law.
The ratings, this episode, like if now that you're into like 6 and 7, 1 did poorly. But people are starting to catch fire by the internet, all of the viral commentary.
Yes.
So I realize it is the kids you're talking about, people that didn't live through it.
Well, yeah. And then if you didn't know Harold Hannah, Hannah-tizer, if you didn't know Daryl Hannah back in the day, and if you didn't kind of follow along, you would automatically think she was kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of her for saying something. I thought it was very clear, very concise. And it's not to say that filmmakers or producers can't take a little of their own liberty in creating it. But I do think when you are smeared that bad, I mean, there is nothing
But think about it, Ryan,
about her.
He did Linda Tripp. You know, remember that whole deal, the Monica Lewinsky thing?
Yeah.
Like these are people that are still living.
Yeah.
And she came off as, I mean, obviously,
I never
demon.
watched it.
So, you know, that's who Monica confided in.
Confessed to.
And it just.
But she recorded it and then told everybody, right?
That's the bad part. Well, it's all the bad part,
Yeah,
but that's the one that.
I don't think any of it really sits well.
But I think it would be so hard as an actor to portray someone that's living. It's one thing to make up a fictional character, but quite another to be.
Yeah. And like, what if you do them dirty? And you don't even know.
Right. You're trying to do a solid performance and everyone's like.
And that's a good thing to bring up because I think the actress who portrays Daryl Hannah in Love Story, she's
made a
just
choice.
doing what she's told.
Yeah.
You know, like this is what we want you to do. And clearly they were happy with it.
But you guys remember Daryl Hannah like in Splash? That's what she was famous for. I mean, it's a crazy kind of ethereal, like a little, you know, loopy. That's how she came off.
Yeah, and I've seen some interviews with her with like David Letterman and late night shows back in the day, and she does come off as very kind of spacey.
You don't know if that was a shtick either. Like, is that part of your, you know?
Was that just the character she was playing at that time?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm proud of her for saying something. I don't think you always have to.
You don't have to respond to a lot of things.
And also, we can still enjoy the show and enjoy the character of Daryl Hannah and then be reminded that's not actually who she is.
Well, and do yourself a favor, you guys. Go back. I found an account that showed Calvin Klein in the years that Carolyn Bessette Kennedy Bessette then was working. It's hysterical. When you go back and look at the fashions, like what was happening in the Calvin Klein studios.
And what was happening?
Just like the real life, people were smoking regularly, you know, in the office.
Yes.
Like this is just a different time.
Yeah.
She used to shoot the model castings with a Polaroid.
Yes.
That's how everything happened.
Yeah, and they do that in the miniseries.
Yeah.
I think one of the things we're loving about that miniseries though too is much like Sex and the City, they always said New York City was the fifth character.
Yeah.
I think the 90s is a main character in the love story.
So great.
So now Becky hasn't watched the latest episode yet. And so if you haven't,
no spoilers.
I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I am going to kind of tiptoe around something. So the most recent episode covers the wedding.
Oh.
And it is.
And didn't she wear Narciso Rodriguez?
Narciso Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's some controversy around that within the thing. So 'cause she worked for Calvin Klein.
Right.
But I have to tell you something. Speaking of the characters that you love. So I've always been, because I was in my prime in the night, grew up in the 80s, you know, teenager and 20s in the 90s.
Yeah.
So like that is my era. Like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was like to die for.
Totally.
And because she was always so mysterious and because we didn't have social media then and she was
It'd be like a Vanity Fair here and there.
Totally. And she hated the paparazzi. I've just always thought she was the coolest and the chicest. But in this latest episode for the wedding, and you guys have to tell me if you've watched already or when you go watch it.
Yeah.
They have, I mean, obviously the Kennedys, and I'm not trying to worship the Kennedys by any means because we're all people, we're all human beings, we shall be respected the same, but they're used to a certain level of service and level of attention. And at their wedding, and this is public knowledge, they had it in this little island in Georgia. So getting there was really difficult. Finding the little church was really difficult. Anyone who went, it was obviously an honor to be there, but it was a lot to get there.
Yeah. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
The way that they depict the wedding, Carolyn Bessette is over 2 hours late for a wedding.
This is true,
little hut with no air conditioning.
I think this is all true.
With no electricity, with no like snacks.
Yeah.
And
making people wait.
And they portray it in, and I do love this kind of a chic, you know, we can't be bothered
like
way.
Madonna for a concert. Yeah.
Like she's having a cigarette and a glass of champagne. Like what am I supposed to do? And as type B and as laid back as I can be, I felt my whole body clenching during that scene.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, wait, there's a big difference between being aloof and being rude.
Right.
And I watched it and I was like, well, girl, like even if that's not the Kennedys, even if it's just somebody's grandmother.
Yeah.
She's in no air conditioning in Georgia in the middle of the summer.
And these are your nearest and dearest. I mean, I think they kept the guest list pretty tight.
40 people, they said.
So this is not like.
So do you think that's true that she kept everybody waiting?
But I thought there was a documentary that covered this, and I thought there was a reason though.
The dress. So what they say in the miniseries is that she had her makeup done, so the dress can't go over her head. And I'm like, well, everybody knows you just put a towel over your head and then put the dress on.
That's right.
So they said that the designer had to go back and like reconfigure it
sew her into it,
so she could get it on without going over her head. But I thought, okay, a slip dress, honestly, you could slip over.
Right.
It wasn't a tight neckline; it was a deep V.
Right.
Front and back. So most people with a little carefulness could get it on without any issue. Most people also know that then if you just throw like a towel or
do you guys know that
blanket,
you can do a t-shirt, you can do a towel,
you just put it over your head and then you slip your dress over and then take the.
Right.
So I was just shocked that she comes from a fashion background. She's with Narcisco Rodriguez, and neither one of them were like, we know how to get a slip dress on without getting makeup on it.
And I wonder too, like I did this with Song Sung Blue, which I actually do not recommend in any way, shape, or form. But there's a documentary.
Song Sung Blue, is that with Kate Hudson?
Yeah, that's the.
Isn't she nominated for Oscar? Was it stupid?
Guys.
Why? Why do you hate it? Tell me everything.
The Hamnet woman who's winning everything, Jessie Buckley. Beautiful movie, beautiful performance. Like, I think I love Kate Hudson normally. This is not it.
Did she try too hard?
It's not that. It's a really depressing story, I think.
But I have to tell you something. She got nominated for an Oscar. But is that because there's not enough shows anymore?
Lobbied. I think she lobbied really, really hard. That's the word. That's the hear lines and the head say.
Okay, Hannah Daryl or Harold Dana.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't need to watch it.
No, but I think you should watch the documentary about the wedding because that I think goes into, if you're interested in, you want to do a little deeper dive.
But it takes a lot for me to say somebody's rude for being late because I am known for being late and I don't mean to be rude.
But in the heat.
But in the Georgia heat on a remote island with elderly and uptight.
Can we talk about destination weddings anyway? Like for the young people?
Yeah. I love them.
Listen to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listen to me. Hear me now. Hear me later.
Okay.
Jack is, 28 years old. My
Your
first son.
Jack. Sorry, I'm just getting something to drink.
When
God
you
forbid.
get invited to a wedding and the hotel rooms are going for like $500, $600 a night for these young people just starting out, and it's planes, trains, and automobiles to get there, I'm like, I know it's a big moment for the bride and groom, but I just feel like these are big asks.
Are a lot of people doing destination now?
I feel like it.
The problem for me is social media has blown it up and made it look normal.
Yeah.
Because when I got married in the early 2000s, or mid 2005 is when I got married, there was still not a strong social media scene. So you just had to go after like what the Knot told you and what the bridal magazines told you.
Right.
So very few of my friends did destination. Now, second weddings.
Oh.
That's where I think you should do destination. Right?
Yeah, just you and a few buds and
well,
go have
you're
fun.
usually in your 30s, 40s, or 50s by then. And so you have more of the budget. But that would be hard in your 20s to be traveling all over.
Well, and then I was like, do you do a big gift then too?
I think people expect it.
I know. But you're already into it for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's a lot. And if you have a lot of friends getting married around that time, I mean, the year I got married, I think we had 10 weddings.
Yes.
And one was mine. And I think I was in 7 or 8 in just 2005 alone.
While you're planning your own,
Yeah. But I was just like, I liked my
she
dress.
can't say no to a party.
I was like, let's rip it. I did have somebody, I had a girl from my high school who is a year or two older than me show up to my reception and wedding crash.
What?
And I love a party, and we have
Did
open
she
door.
come as a +1 from somebody
No,
else?
she just showed, because she, as you all know, I grew up in Wisconsin, but we live in Minneapolis, and we had our reception downtown Minneapolis, and she at the time still lived in the Minneapolis area, and she knew a lot of people invited, like my parents' friends, some of my family members, and then of course like my close friends. So she just decided to swing over, and I know. I thought,
Now, wait a minute. I talk out of two sides of my mouth. I'm super offended for you in this scenario. And then at the same time, if you and I happen to be walking past a wedding at a hotel in downtown Minneapolis, don't think for 2 seconds I wouldn't say, let's just go in there. Let's go. Shout our hands up and shout.
you're looking right at Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson right now.
So I can't decide which one I think I would love to be a party crasher, but not to someone I know. How about that? That's a stranger that I don't even know.
I'm like, wait a minute. You weren't nice to me in high school, and you're in a denim cutoff short. No offense.
She didn't even get gussied up.
No, like she was in a t-shirt and like a denim cutoff short and like walked in.
You know what? That's an FU then. That is an act of rage. Don't
Should
you
I be
think?
more mad 20
No,
some
I mean,
years
that's
later?
crazy.
Yeah, 20 years later, I'm still thinking about it.
But why wouldn't you put on a little dress?
I don't know. And then also, just so everyone's clear, where I grew up, like the first few weddings I went
Cutoffs
to
are fancy.
Well, I was a flower girl twice when I was 5. But like in middle school or high school, if I went to a wedding, I mean, people would be in their Green Bay Packer sweatshirts. It was much more casual. It was at like the...
But if that's the vibe, like if everybody knows that's the vibe.
Yeah, my vibe wasn't
No.
that. But if you do need anybody to fill seats at a wedding, I'm telling you, we are a hoot.
Real fun.
We love love. We love champagne. We love cake.
We love cake.
I'll dance the entire time.
I'll break my no sugar, no alcohol
Yeah.
fast just for you.
If you are worried about your reception being boring, I know 2 ladies.
Yeah.
We are willing.
Just shy of the police coming.
Yes.
Just
right
up to the edge.
I do have undergarments that I could wear. If you want me to do like the worm or anything like that, I will wear a dress. I always like a dress.
Do you remember years ago, they would do the garter? And it was kind of jazzy. If you had little kids at a wedding, they would he'd do it with his teeth.
No.
Do you remember this?
Do I remember?
Did you
It's
do it?
burned in my head.
Oh.
We did not do
I was
that.
gonna just-
Well, I think I just kind of was here.
Yeah, but
And
they
then
would
he just,
make
put a
it.
hand- No, back in the day, so
It was
a bride
quite
would
something.
sit down in a chair with her legs spread open.
Yes.
And then the groom would put his whole head
Under the
underneath
dress
skirt.
and grab the it's
Garter.
like, you know when people say they're tying a cherry stem
Yes.
with their, I always think they're not, but maybe some people can.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
No, I've seen
what's
that done.
going on?
But he gets up there and then he comes back out and grandma and grandpa are watching.
And there's little
and
babies.
kids. And a lot of people invite their pastor or priest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess with your spouse, that's the right person to go fishing for a garter with.
Do you think people still do dollar dances? Is that still a thing?
Is that a Midwestern thing or
Maybe
is that a
that's-
universal thing? So we
maybe.
had dollar
Well,
dances
and that's
back in the
years
day.
ago.
We didn't do one. I don't know why.
Because it kind of feels like,
Asking for more money.
well, that, and it's like,
but a
who
dollar
do you give
dance
$1 to?
was you'd pay $1 to have a little dance with the bride or groom.
Yeah.
I do remember a few times when I was younger doing that.
That's when I remember it too.
And that was really tough for me because I was boy crazy. So then I would walk away in love with whatever groom it was that I danced with. And then that would be a hard pill to swallow.
And you look at the bride like, you better watch yourself.
yeah, watch it, bitch. I'll be out of 4th grade in no time at all. I'm going to ride my banana seat bike over to your new apartment. Watch it.
With your jellies.
Okay, well, with that, please enjoy this interview with Skip Connelly.
Yes.
Please make sure you are liking and following our podcast. And I promise I'm going to stop with the embarrassing stories.
I hope you never ever do.
I'm going to stop right now.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
Boys and girls.
he is back. He has finally agreed to visit with us. Put your hands together for Skip Connelly.
Hi, Skip.
Look at that silver fox.
There's a few grays up here. Yeah, and here. And over here. Yeah.
It suits you well. You look great, Skip.
Thank you. You're very kind.
You're very kind. The nicest man in this industry.
Skip, where are we finding you?
You're finding me in my office in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Okay, Lahoma.
Did we really chase you
Yes.
away from Minnesota?
No.
Was it us?
You know, Jennifer and I got to a point where we were never blessed with children, right? So we can go anywhere we want. And it was a time in Minnesota that we thought, I had left the network. The day after I left the network, I went to work for her. And she and I worked together for a little while. And we just looked at each other and said, weird things are happening around us. And it was right after COVID.
Yeah.
And we thought, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I read an article that had said Edmond, Oklahoma was voted, this is about 4 or 5 years ago, the friendliest city in the United States.
How nice.
And so I
Really?
started looking into Oklahoma, into this little town. And we looked at some other states too, but we zeroed in. We found a house online, didn't see it,
Sight unseen.
bought it, moved down. She worked until noon one day, and we moved at 12:05 and left.
No way.
So when they say, let's get out of Dodge, let's go.
Look, you've always
It's-
been a mover and
it's a
shaker,
neat
always getting
place.
things done.
It's a great place.
And you're
It
not
is.
picking up the accent.
You know, you won't hear much of an accent here.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you'll hear it a little bit, but it's not like in the movies. No.
There's no y'alls.
Is it living up to your expectations?
Well, when we first moved here, we kind of looked at each other and said, "What have we done?" It was
Becky and I do that
the
every day with each other.
The topography is different.
Mhm.
It's flat. If you go west of, it's funny
That'd be
because
good
we
for
live
us.
right off of 35, the same 35 in Minnesota.
Wow.
And if you live west of there, it's pretty flat and barren and dry. If you live east of there, there's some trees, and that's kind of where we are. But we looked at it and went, what have we done? And then we've fallen in love with it. So it's nice. People are wonderful here.
good.
Oh, I love to hear it.
Oh, Skip, we have so much to catch up on, and
Okay.
we're gonna, just so everybody knows, we're gonna take a little detour through home shopping and Skip's rich history. We're gonna catch up with everything that's happening with Skip. But the most pressing question that most people want to know, including Becky and I, was, what was it like to share a desk with me, Skip?
I was going to tell that story. Oh, good. I'm glad you asked.
Hurricane Aaron.
As you know, we shared a cubicle for a while.
God bless you.
And usually it was really, the schedule was kind of great because we never really were there at the same time.
Right.
And you were usually doing the fashion shows, and I usually didn't work after that. So
Yeah.
anyway, one day they called me in because someone was sick. And so I thought, okay, I'll go in. And I swear, we have tornadoes here in Oklahoma. And I walked into the host room, and Aaron, I tried to find it on my phone, and I couldn't find the picture. But I took a picture of it, and it wasn't just your desk. It was the surrounding floor, the chair, Lynn Shocker's chair.
Yeah.
I borrowed her chair.
Yeah, I
to
needed
put some
to.
stuff on it.
Yes.
And so I just looked at it, and I just turned around and I used somebody else's desk. There were papers and things. And
I love you.
other than that, it was peachy. Yeah.
I also did eat all of your key lime pie Waggoner's truffles. I'm sorry.
Weren't those the best?
They were the best. And your biggest mistake was letting me know they were there, because I would
Yeah.
have like sit before every show. So I'm sorry. I owe you some key lime truffles.
Don't worry about it. No problem.
Well, I think at that time the leadership was very smart, because they knew the most, just so everybody knows, all hosts shared desks, because to Skip's point, we were never really always there at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think they were strategic in saying, who in the world can put up with Aaron?
Who's the most chill?
The most patient and chill. the award goes to Skip
I was
Connelly.
pretty chill one night. Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Did you ever sweat? Did anything make you sweat when you were in home shopping?
In the early days, yeah.
Nerves?
But not in the latter days. No, not too much. Working with a new guest, that would make me a little nervous because you never, ever knew what they were going to say.
Right.
And so you had to be uber prepared if you were working with somebody who is, when I say a newer guest, somebody who's never guested before ever.
Yeah.
Experienced guests were great. They knew what was going on. They knew the cameras to look at. They knew how to answer questions and to sell the product. But some of the newer guests, you had to really I was a little on edge, but no disasters ever.
Yeah.
So,
No, you were cool as a cucumber.
That's right.
So easy to work with. So what year did you start in home shopping? Because you were in home shopping in the glory days.
it was, I can tell you the day. It was October 4th, 1983.
Wow.
What was it like?
Can I tell you how it got
Let's
into
go
it?
further back. Yeah.
Okay. You all know Bobby Ray Carter?
Of course.
Sure. She's
Yeah.
retiring this year, it sounds like.
Bangs,
Yes, yes, she
HSN.
is.
Yes.
She and I knew each other before home shopping. We were both nightclub singers at the Boca Raton Hotel and Club in Boca Raton, Florida. And
Yes.
after that gig was over, she went off and did a European tour. And I went off and I did cruise ships. And about a year later, that was 1982. In early of 83, I was working for Carnival on a ship that's long gone. This is when they only had 4 ships. That's how old it is.
That was true love boat time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well, we used to pass the Love Boat a couple of times. They were Princess Cruise Lines. And my ship was in what is called wet dock, where they keep it in the water, but they repair it and clean it and things like that. So everybody goes home. So I was in Ohio visiting my parents for about a week or two. Out of the blue, I get a call from Bobby. And I said, well, what's going on? And how are you? And she said, I'm working for this little tiny network in Clearwater, Florida. It's a shopping network. It's a renovated paint store that they took over on Hercules Avenue. And this guy named Bud Paxson and Roy Spear are heading up this little shopping network. It was a radio station, and they went to TV.
It's amazing.
And I thought you'd be a good host. Would you fly in here and audition? And I did, and I got the job. So that's how it started.
Wow.
Did you ever think in that moment it would be a 30-some year career?
No, because I thought I was going to go back out on cruise ships.
Yes.
I thought that was going to be my career.
Yes.
But boy, I'm glad I didn't go back out on cruise ships. It was a wonderful career.
Yes.
It was 37 years. So it was pretty good.
So you started at HSN. Right?
Well, it was called the Home Shopping Club.
The Home Shopping Club.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
People
how
would
did
join. They would have a membership to join. And you would sell things, and you would actually be an order taker. So you would
yourself?
sell something. Yeah. And then people would call in and you would take down their membership number. All right. And you'd talk to them a little bit. And then so you would have a list of membership numbers on a sheet for that product. That went over to the warehouse, to the store, and people locally would go and pick up their product. That's how it used to work.
Wow.
So was it on television in 83?
Yeah.
Or wow.
Yeah. We're on, it was on, I can't remember the cable company, but we had about 35,000 viewers.
That-
and then
That's
it grew
probably what
to
Shop had at the
50,000.
end.
Yeah, totally. Not even. No, not even.
Yeah, it was just local in Pinellas County in Florida. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So when did it really explode? Were you there when it
Yeah, I
exploded?
was there day one. It was 1985. I don't remember the date, but 1985 we went national. And so they chose a few of the local hosts and some others to come in, and we started the national broadcast. And then they started bringing down the local, brought some of them over. So we had I don't know, about 10 hosts, 11 hosts maybe.
And you mentioned
And we
Bobby
went-
Ray. Who else? Were there
Bobby
any other
Ray.
friends that we
Oh.
would still know?
Yes. Let me go through it now. Okay. Bobby Ray, Bob Circosta,
Yes.
myself, Dan Dennis,
Uh-huh.
Mark Brown, Tina Berry,
Boy, you're doing great.
Carmela.
Oh, sure.
Carmela at the time was
Yes.
Carmela Richards.
Yes.
But the coolest name ever, Carmela Sterling.
Yeah.
You don't get a cooler.
Yeah.
That's like a soap opera.
Don't let that one go.
Karen Connelly, my
Yes.
previous wife.
Yes.
Bill Fahey.
Sure.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry if I forgot anybody.
No,
that's
you are
okay.
taking us back. That's amazing.
This is before, we came into home shopping in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And so ours were like the 90s, that you think of. But I mean, the original 1980s hosts.
What could be more glamorous and sexier than the dawn of a new industry?
Was it competitive back then? Was it as competitive as it got or no?
Amongst
the hosts, like all the hosts got along really well, but it was very competitive as far as your numbers went. I mean, were they tracking that back then? Was that a big element of the job?
Yeah, they were definitely tracking it because our numbers were really, the success was dependent on the success of the company.
Yeah.
Right after that, we did go public. And so they were really, really looking at our numbers. But I can honestly say we were more of a family then.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. So when did you leave HSN? Because by the time we got into home shopping, you were a longtime veteran up here in Minneapolis.
Boy, my memory here. There was a company in Minneapolis called Combs, C-O-M-B, Closeout Merchandise Buyers. And I don't know where I got that, but it grabbed it. There it is.
Nice work.
They came down and raided about 8 of us.
Oh.
And offered us more money, offered us benefits. We'd never had benefits. We didn't know what benefits were.
Were you contractors down there?
We were paid,
but no benefits.
I would call it a contractor because we didn't get the benefits or anything like that. And so we came up and worked for COM, which became CVN, Cable Value Network.
Yes.
And they moved us up there, relocation, helped us find homes. And so that's when I left. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't, they were mad at us.
It wasn't the happiest place.
When you left HSN?
No.
Yeah.
But they survived. And I've got to tell you, they had some hosts that stayed that got them through, Bobby being one, Bob Circosta, and got them through. And then they just flourished after that. So
that's awesome. Were non-competes a thing back then?
Oh, yeah.
They were. Okay.
We didn't have a non-compete at that point that I'm talking about, but non-competes, as soon as we got to Minneapolis, I want to say soon after that, we started getting paper contracts with non-competes. And non-compete was an issue. It was an issue.
Yes. Those were like really enforced
too. Yeah.
But I will have Skip, in the past few years, they're very lenient on those now. Because Big Mama's just gotta work. They're much more lenient on non-competes now.
Oh.
Yes.
They weren't during the latter days. Because as you know, I left, I don't know what it was at the time, Shop NBC or Value
Vision.
I went back to HSN for a while.
Wait, you did? When?
Yeah, I went back for about, I can't even remember. I went back for a while. I worked for their America store, which was their second network.
Wow.
So I went back. I came back eventually. So
yeah. And then you came back and helped all of us learn how to do what you do.
Well, honestly, sitting at the foot of the master.
So
that's very sweet.
Then you end up at the network formerly known as Value Vision, Shop NBC, Evine, Shop HQ, Evine Live, Shop HQ again. Now it's dead.
Yeah, I did.
What?
Man, that was a ride, wasn't it?
Wasn't it crazy? So tell us about the good old days there, though, because you were there when it was on a huge rise. Like, what were some of your
Oh
favorite
my.
memories from
Well,
early
like you
days?
said, we started in that building over by the Radisson, which was a
Yeah.
small building. We started there. The shows were actually on a platform above the control
No
room.
way.
And Neil was one of our directors.
Yes.
Neil,
Love you,
The
he
Mia.
was down there.
Absolute best.
And so we would walk up this metal staircase and do the shows up there. And it was hot. And they didn't have a lot of air conditioning there. But then soon we moved to the new building, and it was so sweet. So nice to have a real studio. And it was really nice. And back in the old days, everybody was watching each other's back. We wanted this to work,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And the competitiveness in that didn't start till later, I think. You can ask another host and they may disagree, but I thought we were really trying to help each other get
Of
these
course.
numbers going so we can succeed. And because we wanted the job, we wanted to
Yes.
stay there as
Yeah.
long as possible.
And you're on the ground
So-
floor. You're building something.
Exactly. So, but it was, I mean, Pat Flynn, who you know, he was one of our producers, and he would be writing out. I mean, his handwriting. Here was our show run,
Wow.
and then they would take the product and put it on a big folding table,
Yes.
and we get to look at it, and then we go in and sell it. And it was raw. But that's when we didn't have any guests.
Mhm.
It was us. We ran the show. You know, here's my favorite thing to do: 2 minutes.
Yeah.
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 or cut my mic or something like that, you know. So we
Yeah.
ran the show, and then it wasn't until I can't remember names. Keith came in
Yes.
and took all that away from the host and put it on the producers, which we fought. But it was I'll say this, I think it was a wonderful thing after a while, because then I could just sell.
Yes.
And I didn't have to worry about the timing or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a great decision.
But Skip, it's so funny when you say you could just sell, because whenever I watched you, and I came up in a time where I think I was the last host hired who really got to learn from the masters.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody else.
But rooted in that.
But when I got hired, it was you and Connie Kunkel and Daniel Green and
Kendi
and Kendi and Lynn and Heather. I mean, and Allison and Heather. And it was really Sarah Anderson, a very impressive group. Sarah Rogers and Jennifer Klein were like training me in.
Great memory.
It was, I mean, I remember walking in like, oh my gosh,
Well,
I am amongst like the best of the best.
yes, the talent level was
So I
off
got
the
to
charts.
study you a lot. And it's just funny when you say you're selling. It never felt like you were selling anything, Skip. Never.
Well,
It
that's
always
the
just
point.
felt so just the best conversation.
That's the point. I would tell, if a new host came in and they would put me with them and say, help train this person, I'd say, just talk to your best friend.
Yes.
You know?
told me that.
Or talk to your mom, because you're not going to lie to your mom, right?
Yes. No.
And that seemed to help them. They go, oh, now I get it. Oh, you mean I just tell them about this product to my best friend? I went, yeah. And that would loosen them up and really calm them, I think, because sometimes I won't name names. There are a few hosts brand new that once that camera went on and Neil said 3, 2, 1, they froze, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It
Yeah.
does
And it was-
happen.
It's not for everybody.
No,
Mhm.
it's not. What were your favorite categories that you would present?
Well, I love numismatics. Coins and currency was my favorite.
Yes.
I love Paula Dean. I love doing her cooking shows. That was so much fun.
Yes.
My most memorable time was with the Waterford line
Yes.
and going to Ireland.
That's
Oh.
right. You were there for that with the castles.
Twice.
That's pretty special. That's
That was-
really special.
And that was with
That
Tom.
Mhm.
that made it worth it. It was so much fun. And Melissa and Lynn Shocker, and we were the hosts that went on that. And
Yep.
it was a ball. We had a great time.
Oh, I remember, because weren't you guys filming at like 4 a.m, but we were watching our time.
Oh, sure, because
they were in
Now
Ireland and like,
that was Melissa, because
Okay.
she would be doing the evening hours, which was
Okay.
her overnight hours.
Sure.
So Melissa Minor and Jorge Perez, they would have to be doing shows at 2, 3, and 4 in the morning. Mine was sweet because I was doing like the afternoon shows, which was like noon
Yeah.
to me, 11
Yeah.
o'clock. So Tom Brennan and we had great hours there.
Love it.
So it worked out good for me.
I remember watching you, and the network got out of electronics kind of towards the end. But one of the shows I studied of yours is, remember, the TVs would hang from the ceiling, and it would be, you know, a month before
The
Super
big game,
Bowl,
yeah.
the big game.
Yeah.
And it would be a Saturday morning right after Wake Up in Style. And you would come out into studio, I think C, and there would be 4 different sizes of TVs. And you would just watch the sales go. It was crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was, I was going, a big price point like that, are we going to be able to move those? And with the help of our guest, Elliot and Sasha,
Yes.
and Lynch,
Yes,
she was
they're
another
so
electronics guest.
good. Yes.
Man, they made it so easy for us sometimes, I tell you. Those sales, I couldn't believe. We worked on, and maybe people don't know about this, but we worked on something called dollars per minute. And so we had a number there that showed how much money they were making per minute.
Yes.
I've never seen those numbers so high. It was crazy. Yeah. I got another story. Can I tell you another story?
Of course.
Talking about big price points. This is way long time ago, 1985. Yeah, 85. Can I go back in time? Is that
You
all
can
right?
go anywhere you want, Skip.
We didn't do a lot of high price points. We did sterling silver. We did something it's called Capodimonte, which was an Italian porcelain. We did collectible dolls, but the price points were not real high. And Bud Paxson got this idea that he wanted to sell a huge organ, musical organ, like a Wurlitzer organ. And he bought a bunch. And they were like 2,000 plus. That's a high price point for us as a new network, right?
And
in 80s dollars.
Yeah.
He wanted to make this work. And so I had just gotten off the air, and they were going to present this organ in about an hour or so. And I can't remember who came up to me. Somebody came up and said, Bud wants you to go out and play the organ while we do this presentation. I went, there's one problem, is I don't play. And they
You
said,
sing,
well, but I took piano when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And Bud says he really needs you to. I said, okay. So I had a half an hour to find some sheet music that came with it. And I learned, and I want to say it was either Amazing Grace or Kumbaya. I can't remember. And I learned it.
Of course you did.
And I'm thinking, okay, so we go on. And I sat down, and they started presenting it. And they said, and Skip's here to play, so you can hear how wonderful this sounds. And so I started playing Kumbaya. And now the camera's behind me, so all you see is, me playing the organ. And I thought, well, this is nobody's going to buy this. It's $2,000. That thing took off. And I sat there for a half an hour and had to play Kumbaya.
And a little bit of chopsticks.
So it went so well. That night I got a call right after dinner, or during dinner, I think it was. And they said, we're going to present that organ again tonight. Bud wants you to come back and play. So I had to drop what I was doing and go back in and do another half an hour rendition.
The only host who could tickle the ivory? I mean,
I don't know.
There was nobody else.
I don't know.
Well, they love the song you chose.
That's so great.
It is funny, though, to see, because we always had bosses, of course. Some I thought were brilliant. Some I thought had a lot of opportunity to grow.
What a nice way to say that. What a kind way to say that.
But Skip, along the years, thank you. Along the years, isn't it crazy where a buyer or somebody in leadership would decide this one thing worked, and they would make you do it, whether it is, a call to action every 2 minutes, or you've got to sit and stand and model the clothes more by sitting and then standing. Like, they would get stuck on something that they would say would work. And then they would make
it worked one time.
Everybody in the studio, such as the producers, the directors, the hosts, the guests, do it.
Yeah.
At nauseum. Did that happen a lot along the years?
Oh, yeah. I think we wrote the book on that years ago. Because that did continue through. Oh yeah,
It's funny
because you could never predict. They're trying to make lightning strike again,
right?
And you can't do it,
right? Totally,
no.
Totally.
And they kept trying, and they would keep trying. And then after, it was dead and gone, they tried it again. So,
you know what they did try with you and I for a season, and I loved it. Do you remember we would do Saturday mornings? You and I would do big holiday blocks together, and they were so fun. That did work.
Was it toys or what was the product?
It was just like a hodgepodge, I think.
Everything. If it was related to the holidays, I think
holiday
we did
gifting.
Cute.
Yeah, and so there's an idea of something that really worked. Did they continue it?
No.
No.
But it was like the yin and yang of Skip and I. I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm way more intense than Skip.
Yeah.
And then you could do any gift, because I could, not that Skip couldn't talk about it, but I could talk about a holiday hat and scarf set and throw to Skip, who's standing there, with a new air fryer that, the kids would. And so it was super easy to do that show, because almost any product
you can cover.
And we had so much fun going back and forth together. And those shows were huge.
Oh,
they were really big shows.
Fun.
Air fryers. Oh my gosh. Phew. You know how many air fryers that.
Did you ever have a spit bucket when you did your kitchen shows? Because, you had to eat a lot of food, and certain hosts would be like, I can't eat all this food.
Yeah.
Were you one of them?
As a matter of fact, no, I didn't. And I actually got complaints about that from
that
viewers.
You wouldn't eat?
Yeah. That I ate too much.
Oh, too much.
No.
Yeah.
I got told to eat more, so I did, because I'm from the farms of Wisconsin.
My producer said eat more.
Yes.
But some of the viewers didn't. They didn't like
Really?
it. So yeah. Not very many, just a couple. But are you kidding? The food that those Dean brothers would make, and those burgers
about
we
the
sold,
sons
and the seafood.
Yes. Remember who was the captain?
The Deadliest Catch.
From the Deadliest Catch. Yeah, Skip, you always got to work with him. And he only worked with a few people. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm sorry, memory.
Nope, mine too. Captain Ed? No.
Not Stig.
Captain Steve?
No. Shoot.
My brother's yelling right now because my brother.
I was going to say, everybody is screaming. They know.
Yeah, but we'll think about it. We'll get back. But that was pretty cool. Do you have any fun, embarrassing moments or bloopers that stick out in your mind?
I'm asked that a lot. I was asked that a lot years ago. I really didn't. The only thing is when it's not embarrassing, but when you're ready to demonstrate something on a laptop or a computer that you were selling.
Yeah.
And of course the system goes down. It's inevitable.
That's just science.
My friend, Tim Temple, who you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tim Temple, he was one of the originals too. I'm so sorry, Tim.
Yes.
Tim
I should have remembered that as well.
He was back right after I got there. Tim got there. So yeah, Tim Temple's been in this business a long, long time too. So he was there when National came up and all that. So, but what was I saying? Oh, bloopers. Tim Temple always told me, he said, never demonstrate. He said, because it'll go wrong. Something will happen.
And anybody that works in an office, the PowerPoint doesn't work, or the AV, the video doesn't play. Becky
guested fashion like an absolute boss, best in class, but for like electronics,
I can't even,
or kitchen gadgets. Because Skip, I don't know if you know this, but I have some sort of hex on me technologically and in the kitchen, and things just blow up in my hands. Okay. I remember getting a pit in my stomach thinking, what am I going to do? Like, what what will I do if the guest goes down or if this computer goes down? Because I didn't even know how to turn on an iPad.
But I loved that strategy because Erin would do it as a novice. And so when she was asking questions, it wasn't how do you turn it on? I don't know what this thing is. You know how there were other hosts, and I won't say any names, but part of the shtick was, what is this? A sweater? Like, it was like a new day dawning every time, but she was legitimately like,
is that
almost
fabric?
I don't, yeah. Right. But you know what I mean? Like that was kind of a bit where it was like, a shoe. Yeah. What does one do with a shoe?
What does one do with a shoe?
Right.
Exactly. Hey, Becky, we worked in the same building for a long time.
Yes.
You and I only shared one presentation ever.
I think that's right.
Do you remember what it was?
I think it was in my category, but I can't. Remind me. Forgive me.
It was the leather gloves that had the sensitive tips that you can use touch
tip technology. That's exactly right.
100% 2-ply cashmere interior.
XL leather. Yeah. What a great
fit.
That was it.
Boy, like a glove. See that?
Yeah.
It's like
so
butter.
That's a glove?
It's like, yeah. I'll never go hungry again. I'll never be cold again.
The fingers go in that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those were a good deal.
And then you did have to do the telephone with
which I would always panic about because inevitably my phone would like blow up at that moment or something. Inevitably. Yeah, it is funny how long you both worked there and really never shared a studio together.
Well, and I'm so jealous because I'm listening to you guys talk about $2,000 items. Listen, folks, selling $20 shirts, I got a lot of work to do to keep up.
You got to do a lot of schlepping to meet those numbers.
To get a Wurlitzer number. Yes.
That's right. Skip, do you ever miss home shopping? Do you ever wish?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's what I miss most. Being on the air. I miss learning new things, but I'm doing that now. I love sitting down and preparing a show where I would keep the papers in front of me instead of all over the place. But anyway, sorry. No, that was fun. I miss working with everybody. I miss the thrill of going on the air. So there are many, many things that I miss about it. There are a few things I don't miss about it, but that's with any job. So
it is an addicting job.
It is.
The adrenaline, no matter how cool and chill you are like Skip, the adrenaline of that live show, it is very difficult, if probably impossible to mimic that. Because
and you can you can be sick as a dog and still come in and do a show.
That's true.
Yes,
and
you can.
Unless you have a vocal problem, nobody's going to know that you're sick. It was that adrenaline would take over.
Yes.
And you can get through. I mean, what was it? 2 or 3 or 4 hours. You just did it. And then you go home and crash. Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because some people will be like, well, there's still live TV, such, talk shows and news or what have you. But the big difference is this is live television and you see your numbers coming in.
Yeah.
And so you have immediate gratification. And I can see why a lot of people, it takes a while to kind of grieve leaving this industry because there is nothing that really mimics it unless we take up like maybe a sport or something. Unless we're like
cocaine.
I didn't do that. No.
Neither do we.
No, I missed it, but I think I'm one of those personalities that I went to work for my wife the next day. Yeah. I didn't sit around and go, oh, boo-hoo, what am I going to do? I didn't. And I just, I got to work.
Right. But Skip, you've been entrepreneurial the whole way through. Like that's just kind of attributed to, that's just your nature.
Yeah.
You're a hustler.
My wife is too. My wife and I are both like that. And that's why one of the reasons of the millions of reasons we get along so well.
Oh,
and she had a private practice. She had 4 offices in the Twin Cities. She's a speech and language pathologist. And that was her. Hold on. And I went to work. She was doing everything by herself.
Wow.
Patients, insurance, administrative,
oh my gosh.
Making appointments. And so when I came in and started helping her, I kind of took over the administrative and the office part of it so she could spend her time just seeing patients.
That's
and
incredible.
It worked out beautifully. So
That's incredible. How long have you and Jennifer been together?
29 years together, 30 years, no, 33 years, sorry. We've been married for 29 years next month.
So you had to have met her when you moved to Minnesota, yeah?
We met early on. We were both actors, singers.
Yes.
And we met in a musical. Yeah.
What was the show?
It's a show called To Whom It May Concern. No one's ever heard about it, but you know the author, you know the composer. Her name was Carol Hall, and she also wrote Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Okay.
So she wrote that song that Dolly Parton did, and I can't think of it right now, but you know it.
Yeah.
And so we met in that show and fell in love right away.
Oh, I love
Do you guys sing around the house? Do you guys still sing when you're in the car?
No.
You don't?
No.
Just around the
Neither
house?
one of us sang. No.
Becky and I sing, and mine's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
I've heard you
asked for
from
that.
here. I've heard you down here. So
We scream. We just do it louder. That's it.
We just
Yeah.
if we project it and maybe growl a little, it sounds better than it does.
It'll hide a
Yeah.
there was
multitude of
something
things.
going on. Jen asked me the other day, what does that sound? I said, that's Aaron and Becky. Yeah.
Right on down 35W. Just coming right down.
Is there an
Come
injured
straight down
animal
that highway.
outside? Did you bring home an injured animal? No, that's Aaron. Becky in the background. Poor-
Serenading you.
It's just so calming. So, real quick before we talk about what you're into now, as somebody who has been in home shopping since 1983, you have seen it all. You have worked with everybody. You've mentored everybody. What do you think the future of home shopping looks like?
Hopefully, for my friends and colleagues that are still in the business, I hope it lasts for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know the time frame, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be all online at some point.
Yep.
You know, the home shopping was a wonderful concept. It was bringing these inanimate objects to life.
Yes.
By talking about it, using humor, inviting people in, keeping them company. But I don't know if that was just for the baby boomers and above, or I don't know. I just seem now with some of the financial issues that are going on in the home shopping business, I think, you know, that it's so easy to go to Amazon, Walmart, and TikTok and these places to do the shopping.
Yeah.
And they make it so easy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, we'll just send it back.
Yeah.
You know?
It's sure
And
not as
so
much fun though.
I know.
It's not fun, but I just think the mentality of some of the newer shoppers now, some of the younger shoppers are, my opinion only, is that they just want it right now.
The convenience.
You know?
Yeah. I think when I overanalyze it as I do, you know, one of the things I love so much about shopping is the experience of it.
Yeah.
So growing up shopping in a mall, I mean, that's my mom and I hobby. Like that's what we did together. We had lunch. We saw what sales did we get. Shopping with you on home shopping in the 80s and 90s was hanging out with a friend.
Yes.
And so I hope for the younger generations that I understand the convenience of shopping online and shopping on social media. But I do hope, you know, as the pendulum always has to swing back and forth, I do hope it swings back to an experiential thing where we're not always in a silo by ourselves.
Well, and remember when the buyers, they were so creative, you were showing people things they'd never seen before.
Yeah.
So yes, we can go on Amazon and get, you know, our hair gel that we always buy in a, you know, t-shirt, but like you're showing someone the Wurlitzer, you're introducing a concept or you can get seafood packaged
or
to your house. Like, that's I didn't even know that was the thing.
Why, you know, that silver dollar of that certain year is so impressive compared to another silver dollar.
Yes.
I agree with you.
No, I agree.
The pendulum swings.
I agree with you. There's much more information about the product when it's the shopping network. And, you know, I like I said, I don't know the time frame because JTV's doing very well.
Yes, they are.
ShopHouse is doing very well. And so those two networks.
They've figured it out.
They figured it out. And they're doing pretty good. So as far as I know, and if you ever want to hear about the scoop of shopping networks, Do y'all remember Sean Wilsey?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you know what?
Sean Wilsey's
We're going to connect
podcast?
with him.
We reached out to him and
Yeah,
said, should we do a collab?
He's got an amazing podcast because on the air, Are We on the Air?
Yes.
And that really talks about what's going on. He's got a lot of connections, I guess, and he still gets the scoop of what's going on.
Well, and he's kind of how there's like a historian. It's like he's the keeper of the notes. It's nice to have that.
I hope he didn't keep all the notes on me because I've had way more bloopers than Skip.
He
way
did,
more
and they are
bloopers.
for sale. Yeah, so
Singing comes for free. So tell us what you're up to now, because you are an entrepreneur. You've got a lot going on. Never one to get bored with your day. So what's going on down in Oklahoma?
we just decided that when we left Minnesota, we were just not rocking chair ready, right?
Yes.
And we said, what are we going to do? And so about 10 years ago, we started a company called Wild Boar Beard Company.
Yes.
4 words. I'll put the link on there for you when I send you that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
yes. So we'll include this, friends, in show notes. Sorry, Skip.
It's beard care. It's anything for the guys, beard care, hair care, things like that. And it's been a pretty good website for us for the last, like I said, about 10 years.
Amazing.
And so we still do some live shows locally. And so we get an audience that way. But it's all natural product. We make everything. We package everything. We ship everything. And so that's our baby. And it's doing pretty good. So we've had that for a while. Our second business, we started 3. Our second business is called Old to New Wood Creations. And there is a website for that. It's not a shopping website. It's a portfolio website. And we have become, and we've been doing this for about 4.5 years now. We make reclaimed wood. We take wood that's old. People are going to throw it away. And we repurpose it and we make tables, coffee tables, charcuterie boards,
so cool.
bread tables, anything like that. And so we love doing that. That's our first love. We have a show coming up at the end of March at the fairgrounds here in Oklahoma City, and we'll be featuring some of our items that we've made. And then we get a lot of commissions after those shows. And so that keeps us busy all year. So we do that. One more.
Oh.
And then we also make gourmet jams, and we do a very, very nice kind of an upscale farmer's market in downtown Oklahoma City. And we're there on the weekends throughout the summer.
My
You
goodness.
just take a trip down to Oklahoma City, girl.
And you call that retirement?
Yeah. Right.
No, we're not.
That's incredible.
It's really cool.
I know we've tried I don't have my beard anymore, but we have the Old Boar Beard Company that my husband absolutely loved.
Yeah.
And then I got to order more because now I have a 18-year-old who has to tend to
Ready or not.
everything happening. And then you went on a mission trip with the wood company, right?
Yeah. Well, what we did was we go to a wonderful church here. It's called Faith Bible Church. It's we found it almost immediately moving here, and it's our community now. It's a wonderful church, but periodically, and they have a couple of missions that they sponsor. And one of those missions is a mission in right outside of Chihuahua, Mexico. And it helps the Tarahumara people, who are the indigenous Mexicans of Mexico. It's kind of like they are to Mexico that the Native American is to America.
Yes.
And they assist them in whatever way they can. And because Jennifer and I work with wood, we went on a trip, 11 of us, of some highly skilled craftsmen. We a plumber, a welder, an electrician, and we all went down and we helped fix up the mission house.
Wow.
And so,
Amazing.
and yeah, we were there for 5 days, and Jen and I worked really hard. And we made picnic tables for the teens and the kids. So
That is incredible.
we just got back.
Oh,
Yeah, and look this
Using
up.
your
It's a
talents.
wonderful organization. It's called Lightshine, and Lightshine is all over, but this one is in Chihuahua, Mexico.
Okay.
And then you can read all about it if you Google it. Just put in Lightshine Ministries in Mexico, though.
Well, let's
Okay.
link. We'll
And that
link
was
that
fun.
one as well.
Yeah, we'll link that too. Because we'll link
Okay.
all of this in the show notes on YouTube, everybody, and on all of the audio platforms for sure. Now, Skip, Becky and we've been grieving the loss of our career for about a year. We decided to let it
Yeah.
die, the grief, we go through the stages. We've talked to so many people, and the best part about our job with you is all of the wonderful people we met. We're so lucky to know so many people. But I think a lot of people, you get let down by your job or by your boss, or things don't go your way, and people get a little bitter or can't get over it. And something about you, I watched you do it with small little things at the network when we were working there, big little things that would happen out of your control. You've always just handled everything just like, that's all right.
Rolled off your back.
Keep moving forward. I mean, how does that happen? What's your advice to people who, are having a hard time moving forward after things not going their way?
Well, I've always just said, God, I'm going to sit back and watch the show.
I love that. That's so good. That's so good.
Well, and it sounds like you're a pretty active participant in it too.
Yes.
Where would he lead you?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
neat.
it's his life. It's not my life. So
Yeah.
we just like we said, we go where he wants us to go. He wanted us to come to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And so good thing we did. We found this great church. Like we said, we've met some wonderful friends here. So it was a good decision for us, but I just let things roll off my back because why not? I mean, too much anxiety.
Yes.
You create too much stress, and that ages you fast. And so,
Well, you look like $1 million, so there's no worry
Thanks.
there.
Thank you very much.
You're
That's
handling
very
it
sweet.
beautifully.
It is. I got to tell you, I mean, not to be superficial now. How do you look younger with silver hair?
Dudes,
I mean,
have it
right?
so I honestly,
You always look good, Skip.
I
But,
have
oh my
a great
gosh.
barber. I have a great barber. Her name is Jennifer. I don't know. I think I started growing this the day after I left.
Yeah.
so you didn't have it on
Always
air
wanted
at
to.
all?
No,
Okay.
they wouldn't let me. I had the mustache. They wanted me to shave that. And I said, no, I don't think so. No, because I've always had this, and that would be more of a distraction.
Correct.
If I would shave this, the next day, no one would be looking at what I was presenting. They would just say, hey, Skip shaved his mustache. Come here and look.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's your
too much of
signature.
a distraction.
Yeah.
But I grew it the next, like a day after, 2 days
Yeah.
after, something like that. And Jennifer loves it. And so I kept it.
I love it. It
It's
looks
really
great.
sharp. Yeah.
It looks amazing. It is a good reminder too that we've never really talked about this. The leadership team at our former network, if you were a host, a full-time employee, they were in charge of your
You had to ask to get a
your
haircut.
looks.
Yeah.
Yes. You would ask. And I'm proud of you, Skip, for saying no, you wouldn't do a few things. Because I remember them telling me what I was going to do. And I thought, okay, all right.
Well, I had to convince them. I mean, I had to, if I could show them it was going to be dollar detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, I think, when I talked to them about it, and they said, okay, yeah, we agree. But then that whole thing of the tattoos and, they said, we want you to, and this is I close to a quote. We would kind of like you to look, we want to reach a certain clientele with these watches. And we'd kind of like you to look like someone who would walk into a biker bar. And I said, okay, let's see what I can
I'll
do.
see what I can do.
Yeah.
You could just buy those
But I
mesh
couldn't, so.
long sleeve t-shirts that look like you have a tattoo on.
Or like a little kid one.
Yeah.
We'll just do a little.
What they want you to do is show up in a Hell's Angels jacket.
They wanted me to, like I said, dress a little more. I don't know what they wanted me to do.
That's
I know
so funny.
the word tattoo, but I mean, Todd, my goodness, what a great host.
Todd Newton. He was fabulous.
He was
Yeah.
just in town with his Price is Right show.
I know.
That's
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw him in a picture standing next to Ryan Johnson.
Yes.
Yes. Who's also doing really well. We stay in contact with him. It's fun to see where everybody goes and what they do after this.
Yeah.
And back to the image thing, I remember one leadership team said, you need to look younger. And I was like, okay. Then the next one came in, you need to look older. No prob. Then the next one came in, you need to look younger. I'm like, well, listen, this is who I am. No,
I've always
so
said
true.
there, the only consistency is the inconsistency.
Consistently
That was the only
inconsistent.
thing they did consistent. Yes. Did that sound bitter? I'm
not
sorry.
at all. Skip. Nothing that comes out of your mouth could sound bitter.
No.
Nothing at all. So if somebody is in Oklahoma, can they stop by to see you at the fairgrounds or at the marketplace?
Please do. We're there March 27th through the 29th at the Bennett Center. It's the biggest building at the Oklahoma State Grounds.
Okay.
We are in the Made in Oklahoma section. There's a section that they put just locally made products in. And it's a big show. It's a huge show. So we get a lot of foot traffic there. And then starting May the 2nd.
Okay.
We'll be downtown Scissortail Park. Everybody knows locally where that is. And we're at the Scissortail Farmers Market from the 2nd of May until the end of October. And we switch. 1 week we do jams. The next Saturday we do charcuterie boards.
Oh,
and then
perfect.
we do that back and forth throughout the entire season. Yeah.
That's incredible. Don't be
It's a
alarmed
fun
if
time.
if two wild brunette ladies show up
With mics.
with
Do
microphones.
you know anybody do you know anybody like that?
I'm
I'm thinking Melissa Miner should bring down
her bees.
She
Yes.
has such yummy
Oh
honey.
yeah.
Melissa
Yes.
and Sweet Lou have been they're beekeeping now for quite a few years, I think since COVID, and
Yeah.
it is fabulous.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
great.
Becky and I could just sing in the background for some
I was going to
ambiance.
say, all our friends we're surrounded by talented people. And then what do we bring to the table? These voices.
An amazing podcast.
What did you say, Skip?
An amazing podcast.
God
That's
bless
what you
you.
bring to the table.
Yeah.
We love you, Skip.
That's
Well, you
great.
know, we just can't stop talking. This was really my husband's idea when Shop HQ closed down. He's like, quick, find someone to talk to. I can't handle you this whole time.
Well, what did they say? Women have, we have 100,000 words we have to use in a day. Have you heard that, Skip?
Yes, I have 16, 17. I've used them all.
That's it.
I have
That's your quota for the day.
600,000 that I need to use. So, John, my husband, would like to thank both of you for using up most of
We're
this
here to
work
serve.
for today.
Yeah.
Skip, we could talk to you forever, but we are just number one. When I look back on my career at our former network, I am so thankful about the people I got to meet and work with and learn from. And you are of the tops, mister. Just
Thank you.
the coolest, the classiest.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for carving out time to visit with us and to everybody listening, because as much as we feel like we got to know each other, so many of the listeners met you 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Think about that.
So how can people follow along with you? Do you have a social media page that you're on a lot?
I'm on Facebook. I'm not
Okay.
on it a lot, but I'm on Facebook. It's under Skip Connelly. You can find it there.
Okay.
You can also look under, like I said, I'll send you our websites, wildboarbeardcompany.com.
Yes.
oldtonewwoodcreations.com.
Yes.
And that's about it.
Okay. And then
That
we
is
can also
plenty.
put the farmer's market in there and everything like that. But we adore you. Thank you for being such an important part of not just our podcast today, but of our lives. We're so lucky, Skip.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you. Love you.
Thanks, Skip.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin Teets. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.